All right, movie dopers. I want to convince you to watch this movie. Haven't checked yet to see if Brad feels the same, but it will if he dislikes it. I'm I understand that this goal might be a stretch. And
Ooh,
man, could I have cut out half of those words to make it that joke cleaner?
we'll get Quentin Tarantino to write the next one.
Oh yeah, no, I said cut it in half, not 10 exit. Um, this movie is stretch. It is the little movie that didn't because it bombed
Tried. I definitely tried.
by Joe Carnahan. It was supposed to release in theaters, but it was such a weird mixture of ingredients. They didn't know how to market it, which is
Uh,
fair.
yeah, fair.
so
Not
they
spoiler, but fair.
so they put it straight to VOD. Not when a pandemic made it cool to do so, mind you. For $15, I bought it. I watched it. I loved it. And that's all I'm going to say about it. Sir, what's your non-spoiler?
Uh,
Oh
yeah.
no.
I mean, it's not bad. Um, it's not amazing. It's not bad. It's it's interesting. You think it's going to go one way, and then it's just like, nope, we're gonna back that truck up, and we're gonna take a wide turn right here, and just goes off in a different direction. You're like, all right, I think I understand where this movie's trying to get to now. And they're like, nope, we're taking a U-turn and jumping back on the interstate, and we're gonna jump off the next bridge.
Oh yeah, have you seen Smoking Aces?
I believe I've seen it once, not enough to remember it, but I believe I've seen it once.
All right, I'll describe an early scene, which was Ben Affleck, soon to be director Ben Affleck, with director Peter Berg as characters, like suiting up for the mission, and then right as they're about to either they've dressed up in bellhop uniforms or they've just stolen bellhop uniforms, they get gunned down randomly by Chris Pine and two other psychopaths, which you reminded me of because it was a great example of you think it's going one way and then and that movie also has Taraji P, uh, no makeup on, who's in love with Alicia Keys, who does have makeup on, who teams up with Common, all while Ryan Reynolds is basically narrating the movie with Jeremy Piven stuck in a penthouse with seven other psychotic crazy things, like one of the guys that gets gunned down with Ben Affleck having some of his fingers shot off, and he's in a fucking tub, and a tiny little like 8-year-old child in a karate uniform goes in and starts like pretending like he's gonna hit him and gets a little erection. And I didn't care about spoiling any of that because there's so much more psychotic shit. It's a roller coaster. So, on that note, any other non-spoiler things you want to say before we get to the rating?
This movie has an unseemly amount of stars in it. Obscene amount of stars. I mean, every time you like blink, it's like, oh, yep, I know him. Oh, yep, that's Norman Reedus. Yep, there's
Oh yeah,
MMA wrestler. It's like, oh, okay.
I
And then
noticed Norman Reedus. I spotted Norman Reedus this time. I did not the first time.
yeah, it was just, it's a roller coaster. It's a
Yeah.
roller coaster.
And do you mean stars playing themselves?
Playing themselves, and then also stars just like jammed in, like split second, Deadpool 2 Brad Pitt kind of style, like in and out, boom boom.
All right, I didn't.
Norman Reedus was in there for what, like 2 seconds?
Is that a severed dick?
ah.
Spoiler. I would be curious which one has more stars. Either, you know, obviously this one will win for people playing themselves, but Smoking Ace is pretty star studded.
Yeah,
So I would be curious which one got more.
we'll do it based on the tiebreaker will be based on Number of stars divided by the budget for the movie per capita.
You mentioned that. I'm in the back of my mind. I'm curious. I was curious if it was way higher than you expect, but now that you said that, per the budget, now I'm thinking it's way lower. But we'll keep that for the spoiler section, even though it's not a spoiler. What's your rating, sir?
I would say that this is I'm torn if I should go skunky joint or joint skunky. I think I'm going to go up. I think I'm going to go skunky joint. I think I'm going to go up.
So that would make it a skunky E joint.
Okay.
Yeah, that's going to sound weird when people see it or say it out loud. All right, I am going to say it's an edible cupcake with Molly icing. Because I don't just made that up. I don't think it's bad. I don't think it qualifies as that bad, but I think it has that energy of like a really fun bad movie.
All right, I'm gonna take
bite.
I'm gonna take a skunky joint, but then we're gonna crush up Molly and just like sprinkle it on top because this movie's just crazy, just like out there nuts.
So everybody already knows what we've said or has seen the emojis, but now I'm pretty sure it's going to be something like an edible chocolate bar with a Y and then 2 Mollies next to it. That's mine. And then what was yours? Skunky joint, skunky E joint. So the skunk, a little Y, then the smoke, and then with Molly crushed up.
Yeah.
So then 3. No, I'm only gonna have 2 Mollies or maybe 1, but you're gonna have 3 because it's just sprinkled.
You're gonna have to crush. You're gonna have to grind them up and sprinkle it on top.
Yeah, and doing that
crazy,
and doing that fancy thing where you just sprinkle it just on the plate as well, just around.
Yeah, and then you do like the Salt Bay guy does and sprinkle it down your elbow for absolutely no reason.
Yeah, and then bring out a gold-plated steak that no one ordered, but then tell them they're gonna get arrested if they don't pay for it. Yeah, look that up because that apparently is a thing that happens a lot at his restaurants. All right, spoilers. That's all the warning you get.
You know how this works.
Where do you want to start with this, sir?
Where do you start?
By the way, if anyone, oh shit, I already said spoilers. I'm gonna cut that out. And now before spoilers, if anybody wants, after that, you might need the spoiler talk to understand if you'll like it or not. But if you would like to take a chance on it and tell us which way you went, there's an affiliate link down below, and also check to see if my full length reaction is down there. But spoilers. That's all the warning you get. And
you know how this works. You know how this works by now. Come on.
Could you tell that was the second time we said that, or was it so natural you wouldn't have known?
So natural.
What's the first thing you want to say about this movie that I hold near and dear to my heart? Adding Molly crushings has me hopeful that you enjoyed it a bit.
I did enjoy it a bit. This movie is a little, and I'm comparing this to Tag probably a little too much. But this movie is pretty dark. I mean,
I forgot about Ed Helms' suicide.
Yeah, right. Like that's towards the beginning too.
Yeah,
and then you've got Chris Pine, who's dressed up as a crazy I don't know, Jesus, parachuting in, and then
did you enjoy his ball sack?
Yeah, an awkward amount of watching his ball sack slide down the hood of this limo. It was just oh, come on. I get the effect you're going for, but that was an awkward amount of time. We're probably talking at least a good 7-8 seconds. At least of just him in a jockstrap sliding down. Oh, it was awkward amount of time.
Oh, what were we talking about before the ball sack?
Captain Kirk.
Mm-hmm. I literally around that when I was recording my reaction, I was literally like, anyone watching this for the first time with me, I don't know why you are, but just in case, be forewarned, there will be balls in a minute. So
And
just be ready.
Some topless women.
Yeah. And then while that was happening, I was just talking, I was like, this is why I love Chris Pine's career, because he can do those like leading man roles, and then he's not afraid to do crazy wacky ass shit like this.
And he does some crazy stuff. Obviously he's trading money for some documents. I don't remember exactly what the documents were because that's not important.
A ledger of all the criminal people he did shit with.
Oh yeah, it's not important.
It's a MacGuffin ish.
He Stretch runs around, picks up a bunch of different people, which were pretty funny. Just the amount of stars, Ray Liotta, David Hasselhoff. I mean,
yeah.
Ed Helms, which ties back to Tag.
I really wonder if that guy who was doing that platinum single "Suck My Dick," if he was actually on whatever show he was referencing, because with Joe Carnahan, who knows? I wouldn't have been surprised. Side story, I've DM'd Joe Carnahan a few times on Instagram, and he's very lovely. One of the times I Instagrammed him, and my daughter, this was early in the pandemic before anything close to vaccination was there, and near the end she's in the car leaning forward right next to me, and she right in my face goes, I was like, you just breathed on me in these COVID times. And she starts cackling, and I'm like fake yelling at her, and he just responds like laughing, like she is a treasure. He did not swear, but Joe Carnahan, I wouldn't have been surprised if he had. Anyway, he's delightful.
He's delightful.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, pick up the amount of stars, just like real playing themselves and being complete assholes, which we kind of expect, especially out of somebody like Ray Liotta, who always seems to play bad guys. It just fits that role. Now, David Hasselhoff, I can see being an asshole. 100%, I could see it.
I love how he insulted Baywatch.
Yeah.
A medium tier TV show into the biggest syndicated hit in the world. Fucking love it. I respect anyone who plays themselves and is a dick. Like that, yeah, plays themselves.
And is able to make fun of themselves.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole thing is just nuts. This whole, like, every time you think you're going somewhere, it just takes a U-turn. We're talking, pick up these stars to, finding out that he's got a $6,000 gambling debt that he's been paying down, and then gets lucky and picks up this entrepreneur, millionaire, billionaire, whatever, who's trying to skip town for whatever reason. And
yeah.
And then she tells him that, what's her name, tells him to ditch him because he's, I guess, not worth any money or something like that, or he lost all his money.
Yeah, he's being indicted for money laundering. And yeah, she's like, not worth the risk.
Yeah. And then you got Ed Helms, who's like ghosting him all the way around the world, all the way around LA.
Literally
ghosting him. Literally a ghost. And then he grew a mustache just because he grew it in hell or something like that. So
yeah.
Now he didn't have a mustache when he was driving a limo, but now he has a mustache.
Oh, and by the way, I recorded my reaction today. And do you know how many times I cried while recording movie reaction today?
Twice.
5 times.
Ooh.
The twist is it wasn't any times at this movie, because I watched Dangal as well, which is a great Indian wrestling movie on Netflix, spelled Dangal. Highly recommended. But no times for this. That would be pretty, it would get to a point if I had cried at this one that you'd be like, mother, you're either fucking lying or like you do cry at every movie and you're an idiot.
I mean, I was getting kind of close with some of the, like, because I was laughing so hard.
Oh, okay. I was so surprised.
No, not like Tag, where I almost cried because I yawned too hard. Um, boom.
Seemed appropriate for the movie.
But I mean, just and all the comedians that they have in this movie too. I know him from the league, but it's Jason, whatever. He's the bouncer at the club, where he's like, "Can I park here?"
Oh,
He's like, "Hell no!" He's like, "I got
oh
20
yeah,
bucks." He's like,
fuck
"You
yeah.
park all you want to."
I
He's a comedian. I
think
mean, Shaun White was in this movie for about half a second.
who's Shaun White?
The snowboarder, skateboarder, looked like Carrot Top.
Snowboarder, skateboarder.
Yep.
Shaun White. I don't remember which part was that.
He was at the club.
Hmm.
But yeah, he was in there for about
Oh,
all of.
oh, 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 the guy near the beginning who's teaching him how to just relax on the skateboard.
Oh yeah,
Ed
that too.
Helms.
Yep. Yep.
Oh, he was in the club. I knew he had to be somebody. I was like, I know this is just a funny joke where it's like, all right, we're gonna have you in here and have this idiot teach you how to be a better skater. All right, I respect him. I respect
One
him
of the
too.
security guards is a former NFL player.
The guy who has the gun pointed at him,
Yep.
right? I love it.
Yep. It's Ahmad Green from he. I know he played for Green Bay. I don't know who else he played for. Sports ball. But yeah, I mean it was. I mean it was a lot of fun. I mean, a really dark humor, which I personally like. I think it's a lot funnier. Just like the crazy shenanigans that happens, like when he picks up the girls to go to that like house party or whatever it was, and like they're in like I don't know what you call it masks.
Oh yeah,
Squid Game masks before Squid Game
I
was cool.
literally said what their mask reminded me of Squid Game, which is funny that you referenced that since you said you haven't watched any of it.
Yeah, I know the pop culture, but
All right, so let me ask you, not to question your rating, but you seem to have enjoyed it a hell of a lot, but think it's a bad movie, which is like the definition of the Molly rating. Is your rating just Molly?
no, I think overall, like the storyline does makes if you spend more than 0.1 of a second, the whole storyline makes no sense. Zero.
Oh,
Is
then let's get into that.
are the jokes funny? Yes. I mean, is the action funny? Absolutely. But like the storyline makes zero sense. I mean, you're talking about picking up Ray Liotta, you're picking up
Mm-hmm.
David Hasselhoff, you you steal those clients from his arch nemesis who makes like 3 appearances in the entire movie.
Well,
Just
Hasselhoff, he was an hour late, so the arch nemesis still Hasselhoff,
oh right.
and then they steal Ray Liotta back, or Ray Liotta as revenge.
Yeah.
But
And then they steal Chris Pine, Kratos or
uh,
Kronos.
no, he's a repeat customer, but he liked Ed Helms's character as his
Uh
driver.
yep.
I would not
And
have known any of this nuance on a first watch, by the way. This is only my second time seeing it, but the benefit was I could pick up on all those little tidbits on a rewatch.
yeah, and he's a failed actor who I
Yep.
mean he just goes into the nightclub, own the space, then he just walks out with everything he wanted.
Oh,
And
you bitches.
yeah, and then like there's a training day reference in there. I'm gonna put cases on all you guys. That was a training day thing. It was like,
It was? I didn't I
yeah,
don't think I've seen Training Day. Although
yep.
I'm really happy for oh shit, what's his name? No. Who
Denzel.
no. I mean, yeah,
Come on,
I'm happy for him, but like he doesn't need me being like, "Go you, Denzel." No, Terry Crews. It
oh
was
yeah,
his first film or one of his first, and he really was just like, "Yeah, anything you guys need." And he ended up like showing that he was a great worker, even though it was like his first or one of his first, and they just added him into more of the movie. So
yeah. That's
uh,
cool. Kind
by
of
the way, plugging
very.
his episode of Hot Ones where he tells that story.
Oh
Sorry, what were
yes,
you saying?
I've seen Hot Ones. I've seen Terry Crews' Hot Ones. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But also the same thing with Matthew
McConaughey.
McConaughey. Yeah, because he was only supposed to have one line in that movie in his
Was
first
he in
movie.
Training Days?
No,
Oh.
yeah, no, not Training Days. But his first movie, he was only supposed to have like one line, but
What was
they
his
liked him
first
so
movie?
much. Drawing a huge blank on it, but I know because I listened to his. He was on an episode with Joe Rogan, and he was explaining that he was only supposed to have like one line in the movie.
All right, then the final shout out for an actor or actress like that is that will do. Unless you want to do another one, I'm not telling you
How to live my
you
life.
can't. Is the woman from the classic Amanda Bynes, Channing Tatum. She's the man.
Oh, the soccer one. Yep.
If you saw that movie, there is a woman that Channing Tatum asks, like, so do you like cheese? Her name's Eunice. She says, cheese is one of my top 3 favorite animal byproducts. She was supposed to have at least half as much screen time, but they loved her so much they just added more bits. And I can't fucking tell what's added or what's not. And honestly, I don't want to know. That's how well they integrated her, and she did a great job.
Matthew McConaughey, Dazed and Confused.
I was gonna ask, like, guess that, but I was like, nah, that's too.
I thought there was one more before that, but no, that he was on a TV show, but he was only supposed to have like one line.
Wow, from a movie
that he basically stars in.
Yeah, that people still. Someone literally, I was watching something last week, and they referenced I keep getting older and they stay the same age, which is iconic and creepy.
Yeah.
Which is an interesting combo. Does that come with a medium drink? Another Ted Lasso reference.
No, but it does keep me at arm's length away from you. Jared Leto reference. Boom.
I did that for the physical comedy. If anybody actually watches the video version of this, want to be the movies are dope second patron?
Thanks, Ryan.
Yes. Oh wait, there is a second patron, but they were seeing how to do it and they accidentally pledged, so I refunded them.
Oh, what a nice guy.
Yeah, they seemed nice.
But then you got, other people in this movie. You got Brooklyn Decker, who's mid-year in making love, mid-thrusts, and she breaks up with you.
Oh, no. They both finished, according to her.
Or he finished, I don't know.
Who's Brooklyn Decker? Okay, I'm looking. I don't know. What is she from?
She's in a bunch of movies.
Illustrated.
I think she's in another movie too.
Good for her.
Yeah, no, I think there's Devil Wears Prada.
Oh, nice.
Let's see what else. Blind Spotting. That's crazy. No, I'm just kidding.
Fuck you. Yeah, I got so excited.
She's in the League.
It up quick. Oh,
New Girl.
She was in Battleship.
She was in lip sync battles too.
Okay, this will say something about it in terms of what you think of this film. And her known for her fourth one is Stretch. So there's Battleship, Just Go With It, that I forget their names, and What to Expect When You're Expecting movie.
Yep. Yeah.
So,
but yeah, she's in this movie again, a part that makes almost no sense. Like, I understand
what doesn't make sense about the movie. I don't think I actually got anything.
Okay. So in this particular thing, right? You're gonna break up with somebody. Are you gonna do it like at that exact moment in time?
I wanted you to be euphoric.
No.
Yeah, that is a thoughtful, like a thoughtful breakup and a very stupidly timed breakup.
Yeah.
At the same time.
Yeah. Stupidly timed. It's well timed in the movie, obviously, because it's right away in the beginning.
Better
but
for the
which
entertainment
sets
factor.
yeah, which kind of sets the tone for how this movie's going to go. I mean, it's the jokes hit for me. The jokes hit. I mean, everything from the penis in the jar to all of Chris Pine's like
Penis in
antics.
the jar? What?
Wasn't there like what? Yeah, there's like a cut up penis in a jar or whatever,
Oh no. When
or
Ed
is
Helms is
a
asking
bowl?
Norman Reedus if that's a severed dick.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
But it was in like a bowl or something like that. And doesn't
Oh,
he like
I
poke
didn't
it?
even notice. I think he pokes it, but I didn't notice what container it was in.
But like stuff like that hits. But like you think about this movie as a whole, and you try and think of like the storyline of like this how this crazy night unfolds to walking into a club full of FBI agents and somehow walking out with half of the money but no documents, or walks how yeah he walks out with the ledgers
Cash.
but doesn't
He
give
walks out with the cash. He doesn't give
oh,
the ledgers to the
oh
FBI
that's right
guy, but he gives him
because
his
he says
word.
I'm good for it,
Yeah.
and then he gets
I mean,
chased
I
he
get
gets
it, right?
are you going to give up what was it 300 was 300,000 or something like that, whatever it was in cash, and not get the ledgers? I mean,
Um,
as an FBI agent, like, are you going to give up all that money and not get what you wanted?
I saw that as one. I love the reveal that he's an FBI agent at the end of it. I saw that as
I hate the French.
the FBI agent is like, one, do I want a bunch of cops to swarm in here, and then we have FBI agents shooting at cops and cops shooting at FBI agents? That's probably not the exact order it would go in, but ruin his cover, all their covers after 5-6 months. Second, they could tail the guy and find him.
Who doesn't go to his limo? He goes downstairs because he sees his ex-girlfriend at the bar.
And
He's only got 99 minutes to go from his place to the pick up that suitcase and then back to
oh yeah,
Chris
like
Pine.
if
99 minutes.
if we're all acting rationally, like, then yeah, that's bullshit. But I love that he's like, don't follow her. Shit, you're following her. Don't do it. And it's kind of like that's understandable. I think it was to me. And
Yeah.
he's literally pointing out like, I shouldn't be doing this. Just fucking stop. No. And he also he thinks he has like 72 minutes left. By the way, the thing I think above anything else that doesn't make any fucking sense is the
We haven't got
traffic
to
is the traffic in LA.
Oh, I was gonna say we haven't even got to Jessica Alba yet. Like, hold on, we haven't even got to Jessica Alba.
It's 1000% the traffic, because he would have needed 4 hours time to be able to do everything without any complications in actual LA traffic. That's the biggest thing that makes it. That's like watching Sense8 and seeing a West Side Chicago police officer take his lunch break and go to the North Side Superdog that I grew up near. No way. I don't care if it's an hour-long lunch. You're not driving there and back and being done with it and getting back before your break's done. Not even including eating. I don't know why I added that. But the Matrix movie with Lana Wachowski directing and co-writing is coming up. So
Yep, very shortly.
um
But then, so this whole time he's also texting somebody on some dating app.
mhm.
We'll consider it to be Tinder of some sorts, and her name is Pink something.
Yeah.
I don't remember. And so he keeps seeing a pink car ride around. He's not sure. He thinks that's kind of like his.
It's a sign.
Yeah,
It's like I mean, did that remind you of American Graffiti? Because that was reminding me of American Graffiti.
Or yeah, I guess I can see that.
Like a promise of a better life. Like,
Yeah, which he's trying to do, but it got messed up along the way because he was promised basically his $6,000 gambling debt. The billionaire would pay off as long as he did everything for, or he did that one task. which is getting that briefcase and bringing it back to him
He
within
should
99 minutes.
he should have just stolen the like
Oh
$10,000.
yeah, yeah. Or I think it was 300,000 because he doesn't he like throw it in the street or something like that.
Yeah, at that, but I mean, like when
Oh
he's
yeah,
alone, he should just taken 10,000 out, closed it back up, and be like, "It's all here."
they shorted you, not me.
Be like, "Hey, be outside this mansion 5 minutes before my timer's done, and just leave." But I don't know.
Yeah,
I
I'm
could understand
I'm
that. I would have
I'm
done the same thing, you know.
I'm more curious of what happened in that mansion because he goes in dressed like a samurai. One's like a firefighter. One's I forget what the other two girls were dressed up as. His face is bloody and his makeup's all off and everything.
Dude, I didn't remember them talking about a snow leopard being sodomized and shit. I don't remember that from the first time. That was fucking disgusting.
Yeah, he's like, and then the one guy pops up. He's like, no names.
Yeah.
You got the entrance fee. He licks
It's
it with his tongue.
all here.
Yeah,
Bye
counts
bye
it with his
now.
tongue.
Yeah.
That would have been a cool cameo for somebody to be in. I think that would have been. You could have found somebody.
Channing Tatum.
That would have been funny.
um
So and
yeah,
then we get
I don't know.
then we get to
I'm
the end, and the chick that he's been texting this whole time is actually his dispatcher, Jessica Alba.
yeah.
Like, okay, come on.
Yeah. Yeah. The likelihood of that, unlikely, of like matching up in the first place. But I did like the kind of like how all I'll say without spoiling the other person for season 2 of Ted Lasso, Rebecca is texting someone on a dating app. And why they're both on the dating app makes perfect sense if you think
Mhm.
about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because one of their coworkers says, "Hey, can everyone get on this dating app that's new?" So that is already better than Stretch did.
And
Because
and they're both single people. I mean, it makes sense.
yeah.
100% makes sense.
So, but then like there's the mystery every time something dramatic happens around. They're both like, "Oh, I had a crazy day at work," and they're both, and the same thing's happening here where they're both like, "Oh, I gotta cancel." Like Jessica Alba has to cancel, and he would have had to cancel anyway if she hadn't. And
Yeah,
then
or
they,
he actually should have died because he was late giving his money to his bookie or whatever.
yeah, yeah. That's another thing I liked is at the end the FBI agent is just like, "No, I'm not gonna arrest you. You got me the ledgers. I don't.
He
You're
lost me
probably gonna
three.
get arrested by. You got a couple other things, including a lawsuit probably from your boss, and just a whole mess of trouble. I got
And
what I wanted."
tricking OnStar to think that he's being shot at. He's a police officer being shot at
I loved it. I loved it.
because the limo company shut off the limo via their like OnStar basically or whatever
Yeah,
Navstar or whatever it was.
and the brother Cossack starts towing it and shit.
Yeah,
Ah, I adored it. Um,
yeah. It's definitely a fun movie, but like watch it because it's fun. Don't watch it because you want to see a storyline.
hey, I don't know. Everything that you said didn't make sense. Made sense to me.
Maybe I'll need to see it a second time.
I'm the weirdo who's loving on it, who loves these.
I mean,
I
the
love.
jokes hit.
I'm glad this time, but like I love the first Crank movie, and that just feels like this movie, but with extra, monster energy drink injected in your vein. So
Okay,
I just love those. Have you seen the Crank movies?
I have not.
Ooh, yeah. It's this with speed. On speed.
Oh, On Speed, not the movie Speed.
No. And it's Jason Statham in his best movie, I think, that I've seen.
That's saying a lot.
I
This movie
fucking
also.
hate the IMDb for this has the dinner scene with Jessica Alba and Patrick Wilson at the end though. It's the
Oh,
first fucking picture. It's so
and
fucking dumb.
spoils everything.
It's fucking dumbass IMDb.
This movie also has Randy Couture, which is an older MMA fighter.
Oh, I
He
know that
plays.
name.
Yep, he plays the Jovi.
Oh, he does. Okay,
He's
I knew
bald in
that
real
had to be
life.
somebody.
Yeah, he's bald in real life, but he's an MMA fighter.
Ah, man, but let's talk about my favorite scene, which is Laurent when he owns the room. Just, I think I did it 2 or 3 times during my whole commentary. I was like, "Oh, you bitches!" At the end, just, and then as soon as he leaves, quote unquote Laurent, like running on the tops of all the booths until he goes into the back room. I don't know. There's just such energy in that scene. I
Yeah,
just
because he he finally became an actor.
and then oh yeah, and the bookends of Ray Liotta be like, "Are you an actor?" Because that last line, I didn't buy it for a fucking second. And Laurent be like, "Hey, are you sorry, but like, are you an actor?" Because I fucking ate that shit up. Like, man, performance of a lifetime kind of thing. Um,
I mean, he had to. I mean, it was against a room full of FBI agents that he didn't know at the time, but he kind of had to.
yeah. Look, I get it. Like he's seeing this as his last day on earth if he doesn't do this job. He's gonna
He's
do
dead.
some fucking crazy things. The stick up in the 7-Eleven, which he just accidentally walks into. Do you
Oh
remember?
yeah, yeah,
He's like,
yep.
everything's coming my way. It's like, and like the crack addict with the shotgun is like, I'm grabbing the chips, and then everything just like erupts and shit.
Then he calls back Jessica Alba and he's like scoping out the bullet holes in the side of his
Yeah,
limo.
gives a little character.
Then from there he goes picks up Ray Liotta,
Yeah.
and then forgets Ray Liotta gets all the way to the airport and forgets that he has a gun and a badge on his waist.
Stacy, you keep fucking calling me this whole goddamn time. What do you? Ah, shit. Here's $200. Um,
To run it all the way back to the studio.
yeah. I don't know. It just feels like, you know, all the wildest tendencies of Joe Carnahan that led to Smoking Aces just collected back up and put in a different blender and just ah made made beautiful. I don't know. I just love it.
Yeah.
But
So and the whole gun thing,
mhm.
forgetting the gun. So he left it in his car so he could go pick up be an hour late to go get the Hoff.
No,
That's the reason.
The Hoff was for wait.
No, because wasn't that's why he was an hour. No.
The Hoff was
Oh,
first. He got it stolen. He was late because the boss took him in to say that we had everyone all hands on deck kind of thing. And then he got delayed again by the bookie saying that tonight we've got new
oh, the bookie.
management.
Yep.
And then he lost the Hoff. And then he went and stole Ray Liotta. And then Ray Liotta forgot the gun, and Jessica Alba told him that he had to be at a certain coordinates in like 20 minutes.
Yeah,
Uh,
like very specific the
yeah,
geographic coordinates, so
yeah,
that way we can get our favorite scene of the whole movie.
yeah. I mean, I get why they eliminated LA traffic because while truthful, it would sound a lot less dramatic to be like, I've only got 5 hours to get across the city. um,
And the whole reason why his car got shut off was because he didn't return the gun and badge back to the studio, and the boss found out and fired him for it.
fired him for it, filed it under stolen
Yep.
because, yeah, what is it? That's when he was leaving the club, and
Yeah, he got in the
the
back
FBI
seat.
agent confirmed that it was marked as stolen.
Yep. Yeah, and
I
he got in the back seat, and what's his name drove. Then it turned
yeah,
off.
I'll give you $20 if you drive me out of here. Make it 40, and it's a deal. Um, that's interesting. I'm not seeing the top cast doesn't have that gentleman who is also amazing on. The Good Place.
Yep, I know him from the league. So
Yeah, he was also on the league. But
I mean,
yeah,
he's funny because he always plays like wild, crazy characters, like way out there. He's got the perfect look and voice for it. He's just like he just looks like he's about ready to go crazy at any second.
yeah, his part on The Good Place, if anyone sees it, is a, a computer program essentially that's called Derek. So he comes up, he every time he appears, he says, "Derek, how like it's
He was in Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
yeah."
Yep, I forgot about that too because he's always he plays like that crazy. He's like, you can stab me, you can shoot at me, whatever that is on the table. He's like, is there anything that's not on the table? He's like, what do you got in mind? You're sick.
All
Don't
right.
tell me. Don't tell me.
So what would you change about this movie? Because based on your rating, I would have expected a
Get
lot more complaints.
get rid of the storyline or find a better one.
I still don't understand how it does. Wow,
Make tie the story more into the movie.
how?
Um, mm,
And it's just difficult for me to understand because the story works so well for me. So I'm trying to get in your head and get your perspective.
I mean, I've only seen this once, but I don't know. I would say instead of picking it up with the FBI agents, pick it up with somebody else, pick up the package from somebody else, make it another rival gang, and then have it kind of go from there with a rival gang and not the FBI. I think would make it a little bit better. I'm okay with the eccentric billionaire. I'm okay with that, but I think instead of having Jessica Alba at the end, have that pink car pull up and then have Jessica Alba get out of it would be okay.
But she's at work the whole time that the pink car is driving
so
around.
it wouldn't make sense. But
The reason I'm okay, actually, I didn't mention Chris Pine's character. I'm pretty sure either has his whatever assets he has frozen, or he just doesn't have money. So he's not a billionaire or millionaire. He has a quote unquote successful company, but it's been a Ponzi scheme essentially, or companies. So he's selling the ledger as his last paycheck in the US.
I'm bouncing.
Yeah. So I'm okay with it being the FBI because it may, at least from how I'm looking at it, it wraps up the film cleaner.
Okay.
Like
I mean,
the FBI is
that
there, stops Chris Pine from being able to take revenge, and the ledger makes sense because their goal is to arrest him.
Yeah.
And that's his get out of jail free parentheses for now, for literally this moment card. Oh, and I loved seeing Jensen in a non-Jensen-y role.
Jensen.
His boss is Jensen from Iron Man 1.
Oh, okay.
Who was also cast in The Last Airbender as
nice.
Basically Jensen. But Uncle Iroh for real, but fuck that movie. So anyway. I liked him going extreme, having something to not have been pigeonholed into the Iron Man stereotype for every movie, or not stereotype, the Iron Man cookie cutter or whatever. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Anyway,
I would have changed the ending a little bit. I think it would have been better if Chris Pines actually shot the FBI agent instead of having Stretch create a diversion.
Ooh, okay.
Probably would have changed that. I definitely would have changed how the ending actually ends.
I think we should watch Crank one day because there's definitely more bullets shot in that movie. All right. Well, I'm happy that unlike Tag, the comedy worked for you.
Oh, and that's what saved for me. That's what saved this movie. The comedy definitely hits.
What was your favorite joke or jokes that like really hit? The ones that you were
Um,
almost crying laughing from.
I was crying laughing from the awkwardness of the parachuting when he parachutes in. Um, how excited he got for when he was leaving the FBI scenes and he was acting out all those like famous like gangster movie lines, which was pretty funny. And then like the awkwardness of him staying at the bar with his ex-girlfriends and he's like awkwardly slides his gun from the side to the front so she could see it and then button up his suit. And then she like doesn't notice and she's like, wait, do you have a gun? Like,
Oh, she
yes.
noticed.
Yeah, well, it took her a minute though because he slid
To
the gun to the
ask.
front.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And him saying, "Thank you. You dumping me gave me everything I ever wanted." Like it's total bullshit, but I love the quote unquote closure. And also like fuck her for
Yeah.
like clearly she would have, at least how I'm calling it, I'm pretty sure this was intentional. She was just so ready to jump in the back of that limo and like fucking backslide or have her own like, wow, let me get one more. This is my last night of freedom. And good for him for like, I mean, I get it. He can't keep this lie going, you know.
Yeah. I mean, it
Whether it
has to.
was for altruistic reasons or like he just knows he can't keep the lie going. Good for him for turning your back, but
Yeah, because on something like that, you can't keep that going. I mean,
yeah,
you're already so knee deep in your own crap right now. You can't live that life for too much longer than he did.
I did love her acting leaving the, it's a small moment, but leaving the elevator, because when she's following him for that half second, it really looks like she's hunting him. Like a predator. Like a wanted predator. That sounds like a criminal, like someone who has a warrant, but like a predator you would enjoy seeing. Does that sound,
A little bit.
maybe I should stop using the word predator. I'm thinking of like a jaguar or a oh wait, what's the word for older women who,
Cougar.
cougar. She was like a young cougar in her eyes, like she acted that perfectly. But as a character, fuck her. Fuck you, fucking asshole. Like, you serious? Like a year ago, you dump him because yes, he was a loser,
Yeah,
and and before this night, he continued to be.
yes, absolutely.
But the second you like, what a star fucker. Like, I mean, I get the allure of some, the adventure that you can be brought on with someone who has a $4.1 million contract. Like it might not even be about the money. It just might be about that level of excitement and like it's intoxicating. But the second you see that your loser ex is cleaned up and like he's not at your feet like a wounded little puppy trying to get you back, you're ready to flip on that other exciting relate. Fuck you.
Yeah, it was a football player or something like that. And he
Yeah.
just signed his contract for like 4.5 million or something like that.
Yeah, and I love that. Like it makes our star feel worse. And if I'm given the benefit of the doubt, which after she seemed like she wanted to switch back to stretch, maybe I shouldn't be giving her the benefit of the doubt. That's just got to be a great like it could be a very fulfilling, exciting relationship. If he's not like the 1% of football players who have domestic abuse charges on his on his you know hope that's not the case, but what the fuck.
Yeah.
Still a great scene, but
So in the credits, do you know who's not listed in this movie?
Patrick Wilson.
Nope.
Yep. Who?
Chris Pine goes uncredited in this movie. Yep. Despite having a major role in this movie, he goes uncredited in the credits.
Just on IMDb or in the actual film?
In the film. He's credited on IMDb, obviously. But yeah, in the film, he goes uncredited.
That's fucking Awesome. Let's go. I love that.
I mean, why? No idea. But it just
Hey,
it would have been funny if it would have said like Roger Carnos or whatever his name is himself.
yeah,
It would have been so much funnier.
that would have been great. Eh, it's kind of reminded me of Charlie Sheen going into the one of those Robert Rodriguez movie, Machete 2 or Machete 1, and it says, and introducing Carlos Estevez.
They do look alike.
Wait, was that a joke back? Because I'm too tired to understand.
Kind of. I mean, I think they look very similar, especially back in the day.
Oh, Charlie Sheen and Chris. No, oh, I wasn't even trying to. That, I thought you were making a joke of like, yeah, Carlos Estevez does look like Charlie Sheen, which the joke would be they're the same fucking person.
Yeah.
I didn't know you were saying between Chris Pine and Charlie Sheen.
No,
I
no,
hope we don't
I was
get.
saying I was saying that between Estevez and Charlie Sheen.
So you were making. Now I
Yes.
seem like a fool.
No, you just went too far. You just went too far.
Oh, I thought you were confirmed. Fuck.
Yeah, they do look alike.
All right, I'll remember to drink more coffee 5 hours before we record this.
15 hours.
And it's no.
So
That's the same reason I refuse to drink coffee at the beginning of this recording. I don't want to be up till 5 a.m.
let's do it. All nighter.
No.
So we were talking about we spoiled it a little bit in the beginning in the spoiler free section. What do you think the budget for this movie was? I'll tell you. I'll give you a hint.
10 million.
I'll give you a hint. It was filmed in 21 days. This whole movie was filmed in 21 days.
Under 10 million.
$5 million.
That was gonna be my first guess, but I was like, that's too low.
That seems awfully low, especially with like all the people in this movie, all the stars in this movie. Seems low.
I bet a lot of people got points, and then a lot of people were mad at the studio for putting it straight to VOD.
Yeah.
By the way, because we just added some stuff for the No Time to Die review, they did it $15 to buy the whole shebang on day one, which I'm only saying because No Time to Die has the #1 spot at the time of pandemic box office, and then put a $20 rental on, and we're still waiting to own it.
$20 to rent it.
Yeah.
And it's like a 48-hour rental.
Greedy fucks.
Yes. Just nuts.
Anyway. But of course, Bond would do that. The Bond.
Yeah. I mean,
Amazon.
I was to say Amazon, Jeff Bezos, but I mean, as a Bond fan, I mean, it's close. It is really, really close.
What's really close?
The rental. If it was like $9.99 or even buy the digital at $20, it would be.
Hell, just say buy the digital for $30.
Yeah, it'd be tough because I'd still buy a physical copy of it.
I used to buy every Marvel movie on iTunes and Amazon. iTunes for the special features, and Amazon because at the time iPhone wouldn't let you download iTunes movies over cellular.
Oh, yeah, makes sense. Okay.
And they also didn't have a skip back or forward button for the longest time. It was the scrubber. And then I would still buy it on Blu-ray, which came with a free digital copy, which I couldn't use because I had already bought the iTunes. Now it's so much easier because movies anywhere.
Mm-hmm. And what was the whole deal with like punching themselves in the face? Like he said it was like very freeing or whatever, but like
it gave him clarity. It felt like a self-fight club. You know what I mean? Like things come in focus when you punch yourself in the face, which I kind of get.
I'm not
like
punching,
I'll stop. I'm not gonna
punch myself in the face.
I'm not gonna either, but I'll stop worrying about like little shit if someone punches me in the face.
Oh yeah,
because
my first thought is I'm gonna punch that guy in the face. That's my only focus in this whole wide world is punching that guy back in the face.
I think it's a shock to the system.
I don't know if I could actually. Do you honestly? Do you think you could punch yourself as hard as you could in the face?
No, absolutely.
I don't think I could. I don't even think I could half strength it. I would be. I would back off. I mean, I would go for half strength and end up at like 1/8. And
100%. I wouldn't be able to. Maybe if Mr. Beast told me I'd literally get no, if Mr. Beast was like $100,000 if you punch yourself in the face as hard as you can in the next 15 seconds, wouldn't even think about it. I'd punch myself in the face. I would love to have $100,000 from Mr. Beast. But
now if
yeah,
we
no,
if we did what they did in Creed with Michael B. Jordan,
I never
where
saw
he
the
kind
movie.
of okay. Well, anyway,
I saw the
he
sequel.
oh nice, great job there, bud.
It was a
Way
good
to miss that one.
sequel. I
And
own Creed, by the way. I
you still
just
haven't seen
still
it.
haven't watched it. I'll put that on the list.
He like in the practice he like swings himself into the punch, so he kind of his momentum goes into the punch, and he actually gets knocked out. Like in real life, gets knocked out. They wake him back up, and he does it again.
Wait, so
So
he swung and accidentally swung too
no,
far?
no, the I'm saying like to if somebody wanted to knock me out, right? If we were going to set this up with Mr. Beast, $100,000 to get knocked out, right? I would have you like swing like a boxing swing, and I would turn myself into it. Like I would like use my momentum to go into your fist,
Um,
like they did in that movie to film that movie. He actually gets knocked out in real life. They wake him back up. He gets back up and he gets knocked out a second time to complete the filming of the movie.
they
So
intentionally gave him a concussion, or was it an
yeah, no, they intentionally did to make it as most realistic as they could.
I couldn't do that. If Mr. Beast came and was like punch Brad in the face for you both having 100,000 or split
I'd do it.
100,000, yeah, I don't know.
I'd do it. I'd let you. In fact, if you said $20, I might let you.
Okay, I'd
We're gonna
rather
split
be
20
the
bucks.
I'd rather be the one to fail to give you a concussion than the roles would be reversed because I don't want to give myself another concussion, but also I'd feel bad about refusing
I mean, I've
it.
only got a couple. I'm still good for a couple. I've
Yeah,
only had 5 or 6 in my life. I'm
my
good for
my
at least one more.
last one was a doozy. Anywho, anything else to say about this movie, sir?
No, I mean it's a fun 90 minutes. It's crazy. Don't think too hard. It's it's fun. The joke for me, the jokes hit. The storyline. I don't know. Maybe I missed something. Maybe I just didn't get it. I don't know. But the jokes definitely hit, which made it fun for me.
Yeah, I'd be curious because I don't know. For some reason, it's not like. Have you seen Underground?
No.
All right, that movie, it's Michael Bay. So of
Oh,
course, if you think for 3 seconds, you're like, this doesn't make any fucking sense. But this one, yeah.
yeah. The dark humor works. I mean, it's if you took, man, I'm trying to think of another movie that you could take the plot line from, put it in this movie, and it'd be okay. Mm, I'm not sure, but if you just change some of the plot holes for me, the plot line for me, I think I would enjoy this movie a lot more.
All right, you may have already said it, but what's the biggest plot hole for you?
The probably the timeline of how everything gets done in the time frame that it wants to get done. Walking out of a meeting with the FBI with everything that you've wanted, and they got nothing, and somehow you escape out of there. Um,
They do follow him though. They keep track of him the whole
yeah,
time.
I mean, he's also getting chased by a lunatic. What's tow truck driver?
The tow truck driver, yeah.
And then
Hey,
the ending with what's her name, just Galba. I mean, I understand why they do it. It wraps it up real nice and a nice little bow, because she starts the movie and ends the movie. But
and actually, I really like the. I didn't notice this on the first watch, but the second watch, I like that he refers to her as babe, and it's just like a friendly,
it's like Money
not
Penny.
not romantic at all. Just he says babe, and she said something else, like to him, and they never once are like. It doesn't sound inappropriate. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I mean,
hey
it's
babe, what's going on?
it's probably kind of like we've talked about Bond enough in this episode of not Bond movie, with Money Penny, where they have a flirty relationship, but that's it.
Oh, but that's the thing. I never thought they had a flirty relationship. Like, I didn't. I felt like they were good friends, you know, that respected each other, and just somehow her
Babe.
nickname was Babe, and it wasn't awkward.
Yeah.
I also really like her cameo in the Entourage movie.
Never seen it. Can't tell you.
You should check it out.
I like her in what's the Fool's Gold knockoff movie?
I never even saw Fool's Gold.
Into the Blue. And I think that's got Paul Walker, if I remember right.
I've never seen it, but I believe he's in it. I hated her in Honey because that movie's not great. And also, man, they do not know how to fake a house party like well packed. They don't know to, if you don't have enough extras, you do not do a wide tracking shot because it looks pathetic. And like all the dialogue is clearly meant for this place should have 200 more people here, but we didn't have the budget. I'm just like, guys, long lens, zoom in, have everyone just be packed, and then just do that with every shot.
And just rotate the people around, grab some of the backstage people. You got people on set that day, grab them, throw them in.
Yeah.
Rotate them around.
Anyway, yeah, I don't know. I love this movie.
It was fun. It was definitely. I think it's fun.
Yeah.
It's probably a movie I'd watch a second time, but I'm probably not recommending it to a lot of people.
Did you see it with your wife?
No.
Oh, okay.
She was busy.
Gotcha. I only asked because for anyone listening, she was here when we were waiting to record, or when I just got on. So I was like, oh, I was excited to ask what she thought.
Oh, yeah. She didn't watch this one.
Okay. Well, I'm willing to bet she won't cry at this one as
Probably
the
not.
resident crier in your household.
Yes.
I gotta change the color tone of my side because I don't like how blue it looks compared to your warm yellow. Anywho, sir, what's the next film that we're recording? You chose one, right?
I did.
Mm-hmm.
I chose Idris Elba's The Harder They Fall.
Ooh. All right. I put it on my list. Make sure to watch it before I cancel my Netflix. Yeah. Come over to the Patreon if you want to see the video version of this. Go over to Instagram.com/movies are dope if you want to recommend more underappreciated movies that Brad can hate on. Just kidding.
I mean, come on. We started off good and then we slid a little bit.
No.
But obviously I'm picking this one, so this one runs a little higher.
Did you see it already?
Yes, I have seen it once, but I'm very interested in seeing it the second time.
Okay, I know that Lakeith Stanfield is in it, and
he is
excellent in Get Out and also Atlanta, and there's something else he was in recently.
Yeah, he was just in another movie I watched recently too.
What movie?
What was I don't know. About? I think it was another cowboy movie, or he had a cowboy hat on.
Yeah, I thought I had seen something. Anyway, so we'll watch The Harder They Fall, and hope you all have a great day. And now for the outro, which is happening right now, because this movie it's so hard to do this on Zoom. Yeah. Was an
skunky joint sprinkled with a little molly on top.
No. Sorry, fuck. I fucked mine up. Edible with edible cupcake with molly
frosting.